Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to talk about the relationship of adult children with their parents. Basically, when a child is born, his or her parents are the first people that he or she meets, and their influence on the child's life is enormous. However, as time goes by and children grow up, they move towards independence and separation from their parents. The act of separation entails the status of being an adult, which makes the children the equal of their parents. So, parents and their children share the role of adults. This process has an important impact on adult children and their parents as they start acting like an adult and express respect and care for each other without being dependent on one another. According to Megan Gilligan, associate professor at Iowa State University, assures that being estranged from parents is very common than we think. About 1 in 10 moms have a kid they don't keep in regular contact with. Some children feel that they weren't loved or because their parents truly had hard times expressing their feelings. Also, some misunderstandings can occur in those cases when children make some choices and which aren't consistent with their parents' values. And sometimes parents might say, "We didn't raise you that way." And here they have trouble acknowledging that grown children are responsible for developing their own moral compasses. A British survey found that children are usually the ones who cut off the contact. In fact, researchers found that members of the young generation initiated the break about 10 times more often than did members of the older generation. And in my personal experience, I can give an example of an old grandmother who sat in front of the hospital every morning and asked people for money. But in fact, it turned out that she had a daughter who lived very well and had enough money, but she left her mother every morning in front of the hospital to beg. So, here I want to move to the next part of the solution of the problem. In order to be in a good relationship with parents and to be in a contact with them, people have to do these things. First, do things you love together. For example, if you loved shopping with your daughter when she was a teen, there is nothing that you stop now. So maybe this is the time to discover new things that you love both. Whatever traditions, hobbies, or activities appeal you and your adult child, commit to enjoying them together on a regular basis. Second, share your wisdom and insight without being critical. Because sometimes your child may have a different temperament than yours. And if a parent sharing a wisdom, do so with grace and sensitivity. This is one of the many challenges in parenting adult children, but it's also a strong way to build a bond of understanding and empathy with them as well. Third, make family meetings. Regular family meetings allow a safe space for siblings and parents to share issues of concern and to process hard things together. So let's imagine that person who had conflicts with their parents has already overcome with all the difficulties and reconciled with them. He or she definitely in a good relationships now with their parents, and there is more opportunities to see each other more often and spend time together. So now you don't have to feel yourself alone anymore. And moving to the last part of my speech, I'd like to say that Many people often exposed to their pride and they don't want to do their first step. And in most cases, it leads to break in the relationships. So as long as you live and you have parents, relatives, and siblings, whatever, despite the all insults, you need to be able to forgive them and just make some concessions. So I hope that you liked my speech, and thank you for your attention.